Please, you don't have to do this. Just let it... Look, I didn't mean what I said about your outfit. It's very fashionable, I swear.
Whoa, don't pay to see that again. Opening fire! Down they go! Everyone all right? on her.
Talking it won't work.
Velma seem out of sorts to you?
It's always great.
thank you again for retrieving the bolt. It's every bit as complex as I'd heard, but I'm up to the challenge. Anyway, what can I do for you? Excellent timing on your part. I worked my fingers to nubs, but I've finally completed the Bolt 52 form. I dare say it will be my second greatest achievement after the Reformations.
You're getting ahead of yourself again.
So I am. Do you have this cartridge? I'm working on a plan to reorganize the board. Slowly, peacefully, and with meticulous documentation.
I don't know what you think you're gonna accomplish. I'd just as soon reorganize it into itty-bitty pieces with a really big gun, but you just keep being you.
You can't build anything that way. What's the point?
It's fun.
Nonsense! There's nothing more invigorating than a well-developed 10-year plan. But truly, I am getting ahead of myself. First, I need to submit the Bolt 52. With that data you're holding, of course. I knew there was something going on. This is exactly the proof we need. The board will have to welcome us back now. I'll transmit this data along with the completed Bolt 52 right away. After that, we'll sit back and quietly wait for the board to respond.
That means no more broadcasts from us. Greetings, and well, what can I do Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid. Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or a mantis worm wing. So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going about much else. Sort of the strong. Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. And some of the neighbors... I couldn't. Hey, maybe you could ask him for me. I mean, a no would still be bad, but it won't be quite... Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly. He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's... Plus, he's got great legs. It's hard to find a man who...
Good to have standards, I guess.
I know what I'm looking for. You think that's what I'm looking for? Sorry.
Hello, stranger. Can I interest you in a Raptidon tongue? You look like a woman who's looking for some mostly fresh animal.
Sebastian, you ever get your hands on those pheromone sacs? Manipillars ain't gonna hunt themselves, you know.
I must have hunted a dozen, but I couldn't find a single sack on any of them.
Manipillars ain't got pheromone sacs. I just told him that so he'd stop asking me for advice.
At least I'm getting a good haul of claws in the process. You're in good hands, traveling with Monarch's top merc. Still, if you want any rat glands or manticlaws, I've got... Oh, good. Celia hasn't come by in a few days, so I have... You look... Huh. I haven't seen her in a few days, but I've been meaning to ask... I hope it's working okay, because no one else really seems interested in the... Nice of you to say. Wait, I see what's going on. She put you up to... Don't get me wrong. I'd like to give her a discount. She's a real fine lady. Always talks... But if I give her one, I won't hardly make a bit. on account of no one else having any use for Raptidon tongue. Nuh-uh. A lot of people think I'm not too bright, but you're not. I know she can't get these goods anywhere. Come on, that's crazy. No. You don't think she'd look elsewhere? Maybe I should spend some extra time with her for customer relations. Okay, I'll do it. Once her shift ends, we'll go someplace nice.
Have you talked to Sebastian yet? You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man. Because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week. I still don't know anything about it. But if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask. But I'll warn you, Grim wore her patience thin a lot. Oh, have you talked to him? Okay, but how did he say it? Did he sound excited? Or was he like, yay, a date with Celia? I've secretly been waiting for this. Or was it more, sure, I don't know. Not to worry. If I never buy another Raptidon tongue, look at me going on. I'm sure you've got other things to do, and Mr. Nandi's good. Anyhow.
Smells like rat.
Oh, it does work.
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, all right? She's welcome to come up here and pack boxes herself if she's in such a hurry. Sorry. Seems I got my cables crossed. Thought you were another shakedown tough from Fallbrook. Hope you can forgive my temper. This job has been running me ragged lately. First, my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my chief pescatological health manager is missing. Braxton. He's in charge of getting the fish fat, but also making sure they don't get too many tumors. He's a real wizard with pharmaceuticals, but he has creative notions of working hours. Comes with living in a free colony, I guess. We're not keen on rules for rules' sake around here. Means Braxton skips work sometimes, but it also means no company boss is telling me when I can take a shit. Since you don't seem to be constrained yourself, maybe you could check up on him. He lives in the apartments. Tell him Velma said to get his lazy ass down here, or she might start noticing those extra drugs he's been taking from supply. Something else on your mind? This again? I swear, this is the last time I contract. You can tell Grim his poster came in. You can also tell him I got a better offer for it. so now it's going to Nell. That about cover it? No. I paid Sublight for it, so it's mine. And when Nell pays me for it, it'll be hers. Grim may have asked for the poster, but it's not his until... She runs the betting parlor across the way. She asked me about the poster once. Just... Damn right it is. It's staying locked up in my office until Nell shows with her money. Fine by me. Caleb Herrick runs the autoloader operators. He thinks I don't pay them enough for flipping switches and turning dials. He and his whole crew walked out. Say they won't come back unless I pay them more. Because we've got a budget, all right? And in case you haven't noticed, MSI doesn't exactly have a lot of spare bits on hand. You mind slapping him around a little while you're at it? I'm joking. Mostly. Unless you can do it without hurting his job performance. If you can find a way to get him back to work, I'll make it worth your while. Check the yacht club. He's usually there. Stealing's such a nasty word. Let's call it skimming. And yeah, let's just say I've noticed the sterile biotics we use for the fish would get used a little faster on Braxton's shifts. We're not like those corporate towns where you get fined for sleeping on the wrong side of the bed. Besides, the Spacer's Choice stuff we use is cheap enough. And Braxton knows how to get the Saltuna, fat and mostly tumor-free. Unless you're here to tell me he's agreed to... Hard workers? They turn die. Caleb and his crew have it better than anyone else around here. I don't have the bits for it. Besides, if I make an exception, if Caleb wants to keep this job, he'd better get back to it. I'm about ready to hire Sublight Fine by me. Sublight boss out of Fallbrook. Handles most goods that come in or out of Stellar Bay. Has a mouth like a Ground 6 spacer.
You startled me. Don't sneak up on a person like that. Braxton. I've never even heard of a Braxton. Got nothing for you.
Dilated pupils, anxious posture, muscle spasms. She's high on some quality stuff.
No! Okay. Braxton always has a good stash, and I just like to let loose a little. Stop thinking about the marauders and the raptidons outside, you know? He told me he was delivering to this house in the ruins south of town. Whole family had fallen sick, and he had some meds on hand. So maybe look for him there?
I'll be straight with you. Folk who disappear in the wilderness generally aren't able to come back. Don't get your hopes up.
visitor? What an unexpected...
I'm getting real bad fight or flight right now. Watch your step. People ain't this friendly outside city walls.
In my experience, any stranger this friendly either wants to rob and airlock you or sell you something.
Nonsense. Out here in the wilderness, we welcome all who come to our door. Now come in, make yourselves comfortable. I'm afraid we don't get many visitors out here. The Raptidons and Marauders scare off all but the boldest. And if you've braved them, you must be exhausted. Why don't you stay for dinner? I'm sure I would remember something like that. Now, quit fretting yourself about that. Make yourself at home. Dinner's almost ready.
Something ain't right about this.
Oh, hello there. You come for dinner? Sorry, I'm not real good with, names. It just gets hard to remember things. I recall moments, feelings, but the details slip. Other times it's like there's fog. Sorry, have we talked about this before? That's nice of you. I usually feel better after I eat. Mama said dinner's almost ready, huh?
What a pleasant surprise. And just when I was beginning to fear we'd seen the last of good company for a spell. Yet the Eternal provides, does it not? The Eternal does not desire that we huddle and hide, crowded in by walls. We all share the spark of the divine, and we were made to spread it across the stars. Out here, we are free. And even apart from society, the universe provides for us, as your being here proves. Just that your presence here is a gift to us, and one that we don't take for granted. Look at me, prattling on as if this gravy is going to cook itself. Why don't you run along until we are ready for dinner? I hope you favor ketchup and woolly cheddar. We have to make do.
Oh, hi there. Did you come to bring us more of those rocket candies? You know, the ones that come in a bottle with a rocket ship on the front.
Doesn't sound like any medication I've heard of. Nothing legitimate, anyway.
They don't taste very good, but they make me feel so nice. Hungry, too. That's too bad. There was this other man who used to bring them. Not anymore, though. I don't know. I'm not really supposed to talk to strangers. Mama and Papa said he came from the city. When we got sick one time, he brought those candies to make us well again. And they worked. Now we feel better than ever. Mama says they're a gift from the Eternal. He said they were making us sick. Mom and Papa got real mad at him for that.
Some kind of off-brand drug, maybe? Wouldn't be the first or the worst.
They went to have a talk with him. Afterwards, they said he wasn't coming back again. Okay, maybe I'll see you at dinner.
Way she said that reminded me of a rat licking its chops. Be careful.
Hey! Liar! You're trying to steal the last of my rocket... The ones that come in a bottle with a rocket...
I've seen and made my share of corpses, but this is downright unsettling.
These sulfur-sodden assholes. Ain't enough that the rats eat everyone? Now people are doing it too?
But what's this? You're tracking blood and... Oh dear.
Quickly, my dear. She's getting agitated. We can...
Don't worry.
Gotta admit, killing them felt real good.
You ever think about what goes on in a marauder's head?
New face, huh? You from Offworld? A ship captain? Well, I'll be. Here, let me buy you a drink. Consider it an MSI welcome. Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell and revel with? Me and my friends have taken our destiny into our own hands. We're untethered, free of responsibility and worldly cares. Well, as long as we don't run out of bits. But until the windfall's gone, we're riding high. See, we just walked out on our work. Had enough, we did. So now we're striking. It ain't any one thing but the sum of it all, having to work longer shifts for less bits. And the wages we do earn don't cover as much as they used to. Our supervisor Velma goes on and on about quarterly profits and meeting quotas. But that ain't what Sanjar promised us. Velma refuses to negotiate, so we're refusing to work. We won't go back until she agrees to pay us fair and proper. Us on Monarch, we're free from the board, you know? We have the right to lobby for better hours and pay. Sure thing. Not forever, but we've each saved up our bits, and I stashed them safe in my home by the diner. I reckon we could last a week or two at least. Nope. I'm calling her bluff. If she wants to threaten us, we'll see how she likes it when Sanjar finds out she gave Sublight even more dominion in Stellar Bay. If I knew that, I'd have tried it. Talking reasonably got me nowhere. Maybe you'll fare better. The others wanted to blackmail her, but we're above that. Besides, them are just rumors. We got no proof they're true. I would never endorse such an untoward tactic, you know, but, well, there's rumors that Velma's taking a cut off the profits. So far, it's just gossip, you know, but if there was any proof to be had, it'd be in the Saltuna warehouse, I reckon. Why don't you Why don't... Sure.
You got nimble fingers, Captain.
I hear those rich people in Byzantium pay.
Why don't you grab a chair? Sure thing. Nope. Sure thing. Nope.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but
You spat in your spirits, Velma.
you notice my mood?
I could be seeing triple and I'd still think you're being unkind. I just might find it funnier.
Will you try wrangling half a ton of dead fish with decades-old equipment and see what it does for your disposition? Anyway, what do you folks need? That he's got his load on and I'm stuck covering his shift? That's... Wow. I sure feel like an ass now. Yeah, I wouldn't wish that on Catherine herself. Still, it's good to know what happened to him. And that I ought to start looking for a replacement. Something else on your mind? Unless you're here to tell me he's agreed to do... If Caleb wants to keep this job, he'd better get back to it. I'm about ready to... For running me ragged while he takes an extended leave at the bar? Not on your life. Yeah, and did you miss the part where I'm working doubles to cover for everyone who decides not to show? I'm the one who keeps this place running. That money's mine, one way or another. Fine. Tell Caleb he and his team can have their raise, but I need them back here immediately.
Why don't you grab a chair? How'd you manage that? Wait, never mind. If I question it, it'll turn out not to be true. Besides, I never follow how you got Velma to part ways with the bit card of her own accord. Here, take this as compensation. It ain't a lot, but I hope it shows how much we appreciate all you've done. Now me and my friends here better get back to work before Velma blows a fuse.